earlier this year, I was privileged to meet and interview a doctor named Daniel Newsom. Some of this information that he's about to share is going to blow your socks off. Check it out. Talk about the relationship of fulvic acid.
Okay, as I think a compost, okay, as compost breaks down, okay, it ends up in this black soil, okay? That's
good stuff.
Good stuff. And the reason it's good stuff is that decomposition, you took 50 pounds of waste, okay, and it decomposed down to 5 pounds of, say, of soil. What you have there in that soil is the nutrition of 50 pounds of waste, all concentrated down into that soil. What we do is we take that and we extract fulvic acid. Now, fulvic acid is the absolute smallest particle of that compost, if you will. Okay, it has all the genetic information, all of the nutrition, all of the antioxidant capacity. Okay, fulvic acid, the molecule of fulvic acid, has 14 tetratrillion electrons it can donate.
Tetratrillion.
That's 21 zeros behind 14.
That's a number you can't fathom.
It's unfathomable. One molecule has that many electrons to donate.
And that's one of the problems with free radicals.
Sure. It is a free radical quencher. And it's so tiny that it works on the outside of the cell, works on the inside of the cell, and works on the various components of the cell. Most importantly, it works in the mitochondria, the generator of the cell, the power generator for the cell, okay? In the Krebs cycle, the energy cycle that the mitochondria has to go through to produce cellular energy, ATP, carbohydrate is split, okay? You have a carbon and hydrogen bond that is split. Okay, and when that happens, energy is released, and the mitochondria produce ATP. ATP goes out to the rest of the cell does its job. Problem is, when that happens, you have a carbon fragment and a hydrogen fragment. Okay. And those are called free radicals. Okay, we call them cellular debris, free radicals. In essence, it's kind of like if you had a wood stove and you burnt wood in there for a week and never clean the ash out. Mm-hmm. Eventually the wood's full of ash and you can't burn anything.
Yep.
That's what happens with our cells and causes them to die. Okay, they have so many fragments of nutrients floating around in them that it snuffs the cell out. It can't burn anymore. Okay, you can't metabolize anymore. Fulvic acid goes into the cell and can convert all of those fragments of nutrients back into nutrition.
Wow.
It's some cool stuff.
That's very cool stuff.
Very cool stuff.
I've never heard of that before.
And nothing else does that, is the thing. So it's an anti-aging agent, okay? It's an antioxidant agent. It's a molecule that will carry electricity, okay? So it acts as an electrolyte in your cell without minerals. It's one of the, it's a phenomenon.
It is.
It's a phenomenon. And when you're feeling tired, okay, when you're tired and you just ran down, you just don't have a lot of energy, mm-hmm. on a cellular level, your cells aren't carrying an electrical charge very well. So if we can recharge the battery, quote unquote, mm-hmm. all of a sudden you have energy again. You know, things start functioning the way they should. They have the electricity to operate. Okay.
And our bodies are electric.
They're electric, exactly. Now, this whole function here of enhancing the electrical capacity, converting free radicals back into nutrition, is all wonderful. But fulvic acid also acts as a delivery system. Okay, when you can bond nutrients to fulvic acid, and it will deliver those nutrients. It's a nanomolecule. It's a micro nanomolecule, actually. It's smaller than nano. Okay. Therefore, it crosses all barriers in the body. Blood-brain barrier, everything. Okay. Everything. And it can carry nutrients to whatever tissue, whatever cells, wherever you need them to go. deliver the nutrients. The interesting thing about it, though, is once it delivers the nutrients, it will take the waste or heavy metals or pesticides or you name it, anything that the cell doesn't want or anything that's harming the cell, pick that up. It'll bond that let's say mercury to fulvic acid and carry it out of the system. Okay, so you get this exchange that happens there. So I tell everybody it acts as the UPS man and the garbage man at the same time.
Wow.
Delivers its package, picks up the garbage, and takes it out. So when it comes to cancer cells have very low electrical activity. So if we can raise their electrical activity, which fulvic acid does, we kill them. We kill high electrical activity kills cancer cells. Here's everyone in history that had cancer at the moment they were hit by lightning. Everyone that survived lightning strikes that had cancer didn't have cancer after they were hit by lightning.
No kidding.
No kidding. Across the board, every cancer patient that
because that electrical energy
killed the cancer.
And so that's what fulvic acid does.
Fulvic acid has that that electrolyte capacity to raise the electrical activity in the cells, and it destroys cancer cells that way. And everything just happens faster. We can get them well faster with the fulvic acid.
Mitosynergy makes the world's first and only bioavailable copper supplement. Do you need more energy, greater mental clarity, or less physical discomfort? Can copper do all of that for me? Yes, it can. Copper is 29 on the periodic table. It has 29 protons and 29 electrons. This is called copper zero because it is copper in a stable form, like a nugget, a penny, or a pipe. In nature, copper in the soil gets rained on and becomes fully oxidized, which causes it to lose 2 electrons, leaving it with a total of 27 electrons. Fully oxidized copper is blue. It is the same copper you see on corroded pipes. This copper is called copper 2, cupric copper, or copper for plants. Plants soak up the copper 2, give it back 1 electron, and turn it from blue to a reddish color. The copper now has 28 electrons and is called copper 1. Cuprous copper, or copper for humans. We then eat the plants and absorb the copper 1 into our body. It all comes down to 1 electron. Why is that 1 electron so important? There are many functions within our cells that require copper. To perform these functions, the copper needs to have an electron available to donate. Copper 1, which is made up of 28 electrons, has a donatable electron. Copper 2 does not have an electron to donate because there's no copper with 26 electrons. Since there is no electron available to donate, copper 2 does not get absorbed into the cells of your body. It remains in the extracellular matrix, accumulating and becoming toxic. One of the most important functions of copper within the cell is ATP cycling. ATP is your body's energy. This energy is needed for everything that your body does. Think of ATP as your body's fuel. Just like your car needs fuel to run, so does your body. Gasoline is the fuel that energizes your car. ATP is the fuel that energizes your body. There are 38 ATP yielded during each cycle, 2 during glycolysis, 2 during Krebs cycle, and 34 from the electron transport chain. What is the critical component required to complete the electron transport chain and yield 34 of the 38 ATP? Copper 1. Imagine if your body was deficient in copper 1. There would be cells unable to make 90% of the energy they need to function. Lethargy, loss of mental clarity, and physical discomfort are only the first signs of trouble. Now, you might be saying, but I have a multivitamin with copper. Yes, but that's copper 2, the same blue copper on corroded pipes and in the dirt that cannot get into your cells to be utilized. We've pioneered technology enabling us to mimic plants and create the only bioavailable copper 1 supplement in the world. Imagine what your body can do with 90% more energy, increased mental clarity, increased energy, increased comfort, all thanks to copper 1. Mitosynergy, a better quality of life.